Hey there, my name is Chika Samuels. For those of you that don't know me yet, my husband and I had been married for almost a decade now. We were diagnosed of multiple fertility issues until we were given the option of either going for sperm or egg donor or simply just adopt a child. We overcame 7 years of infertility against what bursts of doctors' reports. Right now, we have a super healthy preschooler, and now I inspire intending parents who have the desire to have children from their loins. I am an author and the founder of Soprecious Lifestyle Hub. I am also the host of the famous 7-day Fertility Day exercise. Also your host of the exciting and educational cookery show, the Soprecious Health Kitchen. I have authored 2 fertility books, 2 life-transforming books that are changing lives around the world. I am an Amazon best-selling author. I am super excited to have you here and to be your cheerleader and your guide in this very critical and essential journey. You see, fertility topic is one that everybody has an opinion. Everybody knows what should be done, but you're here because there is more. You've been trying for a child longer than 2 years, or you've been experiencing multiple repetitive miscarriages. There is more because what you've been trying has not been working. So you are at the right place. What makes my day, my regular day, is when those that are engaged in the 7-step B.I.R.T.H foundational fertility program engage me at different times of the day, and being part of their birthing process of making a husband and wife become a parent is such joy to be part of this creational activity. Okay, last week I got a teary call from a husband that was actually very hesitant to actually get enrolled in the fertility program, who called and was so thankful that for once they had a positive pregnancy report. This is a marriage that was already hanging on the rope, and the doctors had already given them the option because of the complexity of the fertility issues they were faced with. They had already given the option, because also age wasn't on their side, to simply go and adopt. Or is it the issue of last week when I was woken up with a pregnancy stick from a couple that had complex, very, very complex and sensitive fertility issues, and they were already heading for assisted reproductive system when they came in contact with our program. This is my regular day, and it's such joy to be part of making the dreams of these indenting parents come true. Because pregnancy is a very private subject. We can only share on our blogs and our platforms the ones that we have been consented to by these intending parents that now have their miracles. Through the 7-step B.I.R.T.H foundational program for successful pregnancy and motherhood, we have what we call the initials. We'll call them the B.I.R.T.H. The B stands for bringing out the root causes. I stands for investigating efficient options. The R stands for recommendation. The T stands for treating by self-healing. Then the last is that we handhold you from baby to parenthood. Okay, our goal is to have a clear understanding of what needs to be done, what is not working, and what needs to be done fast. Nothing is left to chance. We need to dot the I's and cross the T's, leaving no stone unturned. Because you see, what we have out there is that infertility investigations are not thorough. They are not giving adequate attention. Okay, they are giving quick fixes. Not root cause investigations are done. The approaches are not searching and digging for what is the root cause. Why is this happening? You come and you meet an expert and you say, okay, I'm not ovulating, and you're giving a pill to pop up. Okay, and IVF is most time considered as a quick fix. IM for IVF is a vital and critical technology, and one that I recommend when I deem it to be essentially important to be explored. It shouldn't be the first or the second or even the third option, especially when there are other critical factors that are staring in the face that can be managed for better optimization. Okay, and also these pills have side effects. When you take the pills for ovulation, you can be sure that the gut function is going to be affected. You can't be sure that the digestive tracts are going to be affected. And when the cycle fails, you are encouraged to try again and again and again until you have to seek for Soprecious. So it's important to know that these issues, when they are not addressed, it takes us round the circles. I am for assisted technology and assisted fertility approaches like IVF. I've had a couple when I was trying, for one. We recommend it in rare cases when it's absolutely necessary. Okay, so I believe that it's often overused and misused. Okay, and there are other factors underlying, factors, we call it the minor critical factors, that could be given attention to, to maximize, optimization of conception. If you've been out there and you've been told, okay, drink this, mix this, drink this, rub this, because fertility, approaches that work is a complex foundational approach that needs to be explored. Those are the options that work, not the quick fixes. So when you go and you do your blood works and there are some off specs and you're told, okay, it's okay, we'll give you some pills to fix it. It doesn't work that way. The minor critical factors become critical factors when they compound and when they interact with each other. And this is what takes people through series of trials and error, wasted resources and time. Because simple biology, for example, tells us that an average couple has minimum of 20% chance of conception in every regular cycle, and this is about 3 months. So these minor critical factors, when they show up in the case of 20% is peak and one critical factor is identified, this peak, zero minor critical chance that we had, 20% chance that we have, is now minimized by 5%. With just one minor critical factor that is not being addressed. And if the number of critical factors are compounded or increased, you see that even the chances reduce also. We'll have the chance of 20% for 3 months moving from 5% to 5 years. And this is not just a game of numbers. This is a game of wasted time and people's legacy and future that is being toyed with. Okay, so the goal is to dig for what is causing the issue. If you're having PMS, it is not normal. If you're having your menstrual cycle shows up with tantrums and shows up with catastrophe, and your ovulation is, not checking up on you as often as it should. These are not just regular. I know that we're trained, growing up that, okay, it's because, you ate this and all that. It is a sign of hormonal imbalance. And until those minor critical factors are identified and fixed, this could lead to failed IVS and failed trials with IUIs and all that, reducing the chances of conception and wasting more time. Okay, so inadequate education is what we have out there, but that is where we are, to equip you with the information to make more informed decision about the trajectory of your life and your fertility in your journey. Okay, so let's discuss what I call some self-endangering steps that people take, couples take, not knowing that they are making themselves go round circles and wasting time. I call this the self-traps. Here's what I mean. Okay, some people go and say, okay, I saw on the internet, they call it research, that for example, this herb or this root or this mixed with this works for this. Okay, so all manner of fibroids are, for example, categorized. You take this for fibroids, you take this for PCOS. There is no two infertility issues that are the same. What happens is that you're overworked, you're pumping your system with toxins and chemicals that contradict each other and disrupt the inner functions of your critical organs. And this affects your confidence, your self-esteem, because they are disjointed and they are not effective, and you are wasting time. Because you see, there's a lot of try this, drink this, rub this, and all that out there. But if it's not working, if you're watching this, it means you've been doing the same thing. Maybe not the same methodology, but you've been doing the same thing over and over without achieving result. That reminds me of Einstein's, quote about definition of madness, which is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So what you need is a new approach. You need a new choice. You need a fresh and holistic approach to this journey. And that is what we offer in the programs that we give to you. The second self-trap is what will be. Okay, let me tuck it behind my mind. I don't want to think about it. Wishful thinking. What will be may not be if you don't make it be. I don't know if that grammar fits, but I'm sure you get the message. So you need to put works to your faith. You need to put actions to your expectations. You have your you role, okay? Nature has the nature role, but you have a role to play. Any fertility intervention or program or treatment or prescription, whatever, that is not root cause, in approach, that is not digging for what is causing the symptoms that you have explained to the expert, it is only going to take you around circles and put your body in jeopardy. So this is not the kind of story you want to end with. You need to rewrite your story. You need to give it your all. You need to make up your mind that you're going to transform your results, that you're going to rewrite your story. You're going to dig for what is causing. You need explanations. You need the clarity of what is happening, and you need to know what is not working. Okay, so I also give this illustration that a couple of long years from now, maybe you're 90 or 100 years, and you're settling with, in a pouch, in your rocking chair, and you're just chilling. Would you look back at today that you're watching this video? Would you remember today and believe that, oh, I'm grateful that I took this step, I gave it my all, and I have no regrets? Or would you be like, oh, I actually had an encounter like this, and I would have, and you live with regrets? That's my question to you. Are you going to give this a try for a transformational output and journey for the best time of your life, so that you don't live in regrets? The third self-trap that a lot of couples, put themselves in is what I call couple disjointedness or couple misalignment. It's important that you understand that fertility is a team sport. It's just like saying in soccer or football, when you say that fertility is maybe a woman issue or a male issue, it's as good as saying soccer is not a team, sport, or football is not a team sport, because it takes two to tango. In fertility, there is no better way to explain it aside that adage. It takes two. It takes a healthy sperm and a healthy egg to make a healthy baby. And also, let's look at the egg and sperm maturity duration. It takes about 12 months. What this means that a full egg maturity takes about 8 months. So just removing, we have seen the testimonials over and over again. In just 1 month of the 3 months, foundational program that we run, in just 1 month of that first 2 steps of identifying and addressing the minor critical factors, we see cases where people that have not ovulated in years, the ovulation comes up, the menses are regulated, and when the body starts balancing up this way, we can expect conception, and many a time that is what we have. So our program is, I am so certain, is different from what you have experienced. It's a whole new, fresh, experience and a whole new approach, to give you that support system that you need in this critical journey. Is a new path towards your dream. Because the reality is that a woman's fertility is finite. The number of eggs you get born with is the number of eggs you're going to have. You're not going to have, there's no spare parts anywhere. Okay, so pushing it at the back of your mind and just, wishful thinking is not going to change anything. This is different from the male. The male decline with age, okay, and also at some extent, but you can see that a man can father a child at 90 years. That's not the same with a woman. Peradventure, that is why culturally a lot of responsibility and expectation is put on the woman. So I have some valuable reminders for you. Only you can do your part. Only you can change and rewrite your story. Say 3 months from now, what do you see? Do you see a picture of you having your little one in your arms? If you see that picture, what is the action, the step you're going to take today to move you one step closer to that vision and that dream of your heart? You have to do what it takes for as long as it takes. Because the kind of question I often ask, for how long? You have to do what it takes for as long as it takes to get the result that you want. After all, it took you all these years to put your body in jeopardy and take ineffective, disjointed recommendations, pumping your body with things that are not working, and you're at this point. So you need to do what it takes for as long as it takes. Okay, we'll be here, to hold your hand, like we often say, from baby to parenthood. So if you're watching this, it's because you opted and you indicated interest in the free 30 minutes free consultation discovery call. And this 30 minutes discovery call is valued at $100, but you're getting it for free because we want you to know what it feels like to have us in your corner. You're going to gain clarity about what is not working and why it's not working. You're going to get in-depth clarity about how our programs work and how it's going to support you to take one step closer to having that dream miracle baby in your arms. Okay, and we can also show you how the step-by-step, how we're going to handhold you to achieve this dream. Above all, I would like to also encourage you to believe in yourself. You're the best version of yourself. You're whole and complete as you are, and you're loved more than you know. So till we meet at the 30 minutes discovery call, keep living healthy and keep giving the world your best.